World War II, a global conflict of unprecedented scale and devastation, forever changed the course of history. It raged from 1939 to 1945, engulfing nations across continents and drawing in millions of soldiers and civilians alike. From the bustling cities of Europe to the remote islands of the Pacific, the war left an indelible mark on human history, altering the lives of countless individuals. Millions perished, and entire societies were reshaped in its wake. The scars of this conflict are still visible today in the memories of those who lived through it and the lessons learned by future generations. This catastrophic conflict was a clash of ideologies and ambitions, with each side driven by its own vision of the future. It pitted the Axis powers, led by Germany, Italy and Japan, against the Allies, spearheaded by Great Britain, the United States and the Soviet Union. The battles were fierce and the stakes were incredibly high. The world watched in horror as the horrors of war unfolded on a global scale, with every corner of the earth feeling its impact. The legacy of World War II continues to shape our world today. The roots of World War II ran deep, stemming from the unresolved tensions of World War I and the Treaty of Versailles. The treaty, meant to ensure peace, instead sowed the seeds of resentment and instability. Germany, burdened by crippling reparations and territorial losses, sought to regain its lost power and prestige. The global economic depression of the 1930s exacerbated these tensions. Economic hardship fueled political extremism, giving rise to totalitarian regimes in Germany, Italy and Japan. These regimes, driven by aggressive expansionist ambitions, sought to reshape the world order by force. The early years of the war witnessed a series of stunning Axis victories. Germany's blitzkrieg tactics, characterized by rapid, mechanized advances, overwhelmed its opponents. The fall of France in 1940 sent shockwaves through the Allied nations. However, the tide began to turn. The evacuation of Dunkirk, though a defeat, demonstrated British resilience. The Battle of Britain, fought in the skies above England, shattered Germany's hopes of a swift victory. The tide of the war shifted with the Allied landings in Normandy, France, on D-Day, June 6, 1944. World War II saw the rise of iconic leaders who would shape the course of the conflict and the post-war world. Winston Churchill, the indomitable Prime Minister of Great Britain, rallied his nation with his stirring speeches and unwavering determination. Franklin D. Roosevelt, the President of the United States, provided crucial leadership and resources to the Allied cause. Joseph Stalin, the ruthless dictator of the Soviet Union, led his country to victory at a tremendous human cost. On the Axis side, Adolf Hitler's fanatical ideology and military ambitions plunged the world into darkness. Section 5. The human cost, civilian suffering and atrocities. World War II was a conflict of unprecedented brutality, leaving an unimaginable toll on civilian populations. The scale of destruction was unlike anything the world had ever seen before, with entire cities reduced to rubble and countless lives lost. The war's impact extended far beyond the battlefields, reaching into homes, cities and lives across the globe. Families were torn apart, communities were destroyed, and the very fabric of society was altered forever. The psychological scars left by the war would linger for generations. Millions of innocent people were caught in the crossfire, their lives shattered by violence, displacement and deprivation. The sheer scale of human suffering was staggering, with countless individuals forced to flee their homes, often with nothing but the clothes on their backs. The Holocaust, the systematic genocide of 6 million Jews by Nazi Germany, stands as a chilling testament to the depths of human cruelty. This atrocity was not just a tragedy for the Jewish people, but a dark chapter in human history that must never be forgotten. The horrors of concentration camps, forced labor, and mass extermination serve as a stark reminder of the fragility of peace and the consequences of unchecked hatred. These events underscore the importance of vigilance and the need to stand against tyranny and oppression in all its forms. Section 6. The dawn of the atomic age, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. As the war raged on, a new and terrifying weapon emerged from the shadows: the atomic bomb. Developed by the United States, the bomb held the power to unleash unimaginable destruction. In August 1945, the United States dropped atomic bombs on the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The bombings, which killed hundreds of thousands of people instantly and left a legacy of radiation sickness and environmental devastation, marked a turning point in human history. The world entered the atomic age, forever changed by the realization of humanity's capacity for self-destruction. Section 7. Victory and Aftermath, a world transformed. After 6 long years of conflict, World War II finally came to an end in 1945. The Allied powers emerged victorious, but the world they inherited was vastly different from the one that existed before the war. The war had reshaped the global order, redrawing maps and shattering empires. Europe lay in ruins, its cities devastated and its economies shattered. The war had left an estimated 40 to 85 million people dead, leaving an unfillable void in countless families and communities. The world grappled with the immense task of rebuilding and reconciliation. Section 8. The Legacy of World War II, Shaping the Post-War Order. The legacy of World War II continues to shape the world today. The conflict led to the formation of the United Nations, a global organization dedicated to maintaining international peace and security. It also paved the way for the Cold War, a decades-long ideological and geopolitical struggle between the United States and the Soviet Union. The war also had a profound impact on technology, science, and medicine. Advancements made during the war, such as the development of radar, jet engines, and antibiotics, had far-reaching implications for post-war society. Section 9. Lessons for the Future, Remembering the Past. World War II stands as a stark reminder of the human capacity for both good and evil. The war, which engulfed nations and continents, showcased the extremes of human behavior, from the depths of cruelty to the heights of heroism. It teaches us the importance of diplomacy, cooperation, and understanding in preventing future conflicts. The establishment of international bodies like the United Nations was a direct response to the horrors witnessed, aiming to foster global peace and unity. The stories of courage, resilience, and sacrifice during the war continue to inspire generations, from the bravery of soldiers on the front lines to the unwavering spirit of civilians enduring hardships. These tales remind us of the strength of the human spirit. As we remember the millions who perished and the countless lives forever altered by the war, let us strive to honor their memory by building a more peaceful and just world for all. Each memorial, each wreath laid, serves as a poignant reminder of the cost of conflict and the value of peace. The lessons of World War II must never be forgotten, for they hold the key to a brighter future. By studying history, we equip ourselves with the knowledge to avoid repeating past mistakes and to create a world where such tragedies are a thing of the past.